That's what you should have done last night, Rob. You should have danced
the night away, right?
Yeah, that's what you did. That's why.
Yes. Can you see? Oh,
pretty.
Exactly. Such good stuff.
You know, dude, I'm telling you, it's one of the greatest songs ever written. You know,
yeah. Pretty good stuff.
I'm pretty sure Rob was busy assembling his new AI hat on top of his mountains of Raspberry Pi.
Yeah. That song was definitely from a better time.
Yes. A great time. Where Hey, Yen, what's up, dude?
Hey, all right.
Hey, guys.
Happy New Year.
Did you get a suntan?
Good, man.
Did you get a suntan?
You're still high coming back from CES?
Yeah, but you look like you just got back from Australia or something.
No, I think my camera is off. I think it's
your AI
maybe it's not off. Maybe it's giving you a tan on
maybe radiation. I don't know.
Yeah,
right.
You have to turn on this AI filter in your camera.
Yeah. So hey, Yen, welcome everyone to IoT Coffee Talk. Where we talk just endlessly about all kinds of stuff, and we have no idea what we're gonna address today. But
maybe I'll wear a hat.
Don't take us seriously.
I'll wear a hat today.
Yeah, I have to. Yeah.
Look at this hat.
Much better.
It's not just any hat. It's
not. It's a tequila hat. A Patron. Jalisco. Yeah. Awesome. You guys.
There we go. Look at that. I love it.
Yeah, so this is for informational purposes only. You know, if you listen to Rob and his stock picks and you lose a shit ton of money, that's your own friggin' fault. Remember, we're here only to have fun.
Entertainment purposes only.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. We're barely entertainment.
This is not like us. This is not like us being on CNBC and pumping up AI stocks or something, you know.
Yeah, we don't do that. What to say? Oh yeah, take it seriously at your own risk.
Yes.
Otherwise, there could be dire consequences. Which is why we suggest that you take out insurance. There's a special policy offered by some of the leading insurance companies, and you should check it out before you listen. Otherwise, some serious
insurance policy, a brain derangement, you know, when we inject weird stuff. But the thing is, though,
AI derangement syndrome.
Somewhere along the way, you're going to find some value nugget of information here.
We have a track record of having a Cassandra complex. You know, we see things people don't believe us.
So in other words, we might sound really stupid right now, but fast forward about 2 years from now, we won't sound so stupid.
Right.
But remember, we sound pretty idiotic right now. So
the world listens.
Bear with us.
Major decisions are based on what comes out of those.
You'd be friggin' surprised.
You'd be surprised.
Well, this decision in this world, I'm not sure it's a good thing, but
I mean, it's even more important now. You know what I'm saying?
We're 5 minutes in, and we only talked about disclaimers so far.
Yeah. Wow.
But we are human. We are human only. It's
there's no AI involved.
We harm AI. But
hey, speak for yourself. You don't know.
That's right.
I told you the red thing was AI.
Yeah. So I was all excited that new Raspberry Pi hat came out, which is, accelerated computing for doing an LLM, maybe, just 15 billion parameter on a Raspberry Pi. I was so pumped. and then I just get shredded, by Rick Bellotta, and even Pete was not loving it. I'm like, this is Edge AI. This is Edge AI. It's right here. It's like,
what is it they don't like? I didn't.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
what did they
know.
don't like?
They're getting religious. Are they getting techno-religious on us?
Yeah, I mean,
Oh
Rick
my
Bellotta. I mean, I know. It's kind of like we call Kevin O'Leary Mr. Wonderful. I feel like we should have a name for Rick Bellotta, like Mr. Positive, or Mr. Upbeat.
Hashtag sarcasm.
Something like that, because there's just never any love. Let me find it right here on the post.
I have all the mine. So
yeah, because this new hat came out.
Yeah.
And I saw it, because you get your little email spam all the time. And so what is it? Pi Hut that I buy stuff from. Okay.
It's version 2, because there was a version 1, which
was
only
version 1 didn't have any memory, but the new one does.
Yeah, right. Version 1 was really only about video.
Yeah. So AI Hat Plus 2. So you can do Gen AI, LLMs, VLMs. And also maybe VMAs, like wouldn't that be like the MTV Movie Awards? So anyway, let's jump right to the controversy here. Where is it? Rick Bellotta. No love.
Yeah, he has a whole crew of people who I don't know if he hires them or if they're just All
right, here it is. And this is whatever.
It's Rick Bellotta. What do you expect?
Just because you can doesn't mean you should, but we say that about lots of things.
Oh.
Sure, you can run an LLM here, just like you can make a Toyota Corolla go 240 miles per hour. Good luck with that. You probably shouldn't. An LLM performance depends more than just an NPU. So I was like, you know what? How about some love instead? I was excited because I guarantee you're not getting this much horsepower on a microcontroller.
Yeah.
And then Pete, et tu, Brute. To Rick Bellotta's point, these systems tend to be more RAM bound than TOPS bound. I am also a big fan of SLMs running on platforms like the Aleph semiconductor. And then, and so I'm just like, it just sucked all the air out of my excitement.
But
really?
To give you an analogy, you know what this reminds me? This reminds me where the Bofang radio started to show up. You had all these ham radio dude in their 50s or 60s saying, "Oh, this is crap. This will never work. This is blah, 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 blah." But it actually democratized the whole thing. So I think it is great. We can democratize.
Yeah, well,
you can run on the local things. I'm going to try it. I don't know if it's going to
I'm going to try it. I'm going to get a hat.
If I can
That's why we are all wearing hats today.
Yeah.
If I can have a little box that run a large language model that do most of my assistant work, and I know that my data is not going to any of this crappy cloud, and I can run it in the middle of the mountain with my PC as a little box, I'm happy.
Yes.
I call that freedom. Same thing with the Bofang radio. You don't have to pay anymore the $2,000 to ICOM or Kenwood and go through a freaking certification. You just get a $30.
Oh, here's Pete. You can talk crap directly to Pete now.
All right, thank you.
You can beat him up on.
Here he comes, man.
See?
Here he comes.
Okay.
Let's attack Pete.
Pete doesn't know the shitstorm he's about to enter.
He's actually hiding himself. See?
I know. He's like, oh my God.
Today is Hat Day, Pete. And I'm just not happy. You and Rick Bellotta were not sending any love to our new AI hat for the Raspberry Pi.
Oh, that thing.
That hat.
That comes from a Microsoft guy.
Oh my God.
Oh man. I was so excited when I got the email from Pi Hut that there's a new version of a hat to do AI on my Raspberry Pi. I was super excited, and it felt kind of edgy to me.
It was edgy.
But maybe not edgy enough for Pete or Rick.
That was good.
Rick Bellotta, Mr. Wonderful.
Oh my God.
Rick Bellotta, Mr. Positive.
You're definitely going to have to listen back, Pete, because it's pretty friggin' hilarious. He talks so much crap about you. And
I'm just excited about having, because when I listen to the Moonshot guys, they're like, when people talk about those really well-defined small language models, they're like, yeah, pretty soon your whole medical everything will probably run on something like Raspberry Pi, and it'll be powerful enough for your health and everything you do for AI. I'm like,
that I'm not too bullish on. I'm a little bit more bullish on some of the tiny ML, like the tiny ML, tiny Gen AI type of applications that are very narrow and specific, literally catering to either a sensor for a certain function, sensory function, or an aggregate, right? Where you're taking the perception capabilities a level up. All this reasoning and all this other junk, it just doesn't have a place so close to the sensor. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the problem. And right now we have all these folks starting to get excited about edge AI, but I think they're projecting all this crazy data center AI, neo cloud crap down to the edge. And that is the classic mistake. Right. It's the classic mistake that people are repeating. It's not, oh, will they do it? It's like, no, dude, if you don't know shit about the edge, step off, stop pontificating, listen, and watch IoT Coffee Talk, because we already talked about this stuff ages ago.
No, don't pump the brakes. Go full speed ahead. With that 240-mile-an-hour Toyota Corolla that Rick Bellotta talked about. And
live dangerously.
Wait a second, man. If anybody's excited about Edge AI somewhere on the planet, got some hope that there was a future for them doing that, it came from Pete.
That's right.
And Leonard, you're just pouring cold water all over that stuff.
No.
It's like, get out of that stuff.
Rob is agitating. He's agitating.
No. We're talking about what makes sense. What is, given the state of the technology, where does it make sense to place workloads given what Silicon can actually do? Right.
Yeah, I mentioned in the comments that like Olive Semiconductor has a really cool MCU that runs small language models, and it's embedded in a wearable in your glasses. Wow. And it's just a visual language model thing. So it's basically giving you audio feedback about what the sensor is seeing. Like Leonard was saying, when you start pairing transformer models, small language models with sensors, you get a better understanding of what's going on.
And sometimes you get tequila. I like that. Well, because
that's a great use case. That's a great use case. Or imagine language models, embedded equipment that understands sensor feedback, right? Complex sensor feedback, where the language model can make sense of a lot of different inputs. Things like that make sense. That's good application of it. But you can't just take like a standard language model and just kind of cram it into the edge and expect anything useful to happen.
I want to. So everybody's talking now about putting data centers in space, and I figured that if I had that hat,
Kathy Wood,
and then I went and bought a Estes model rocket like I used to have when I was a kid, and I have that in there, maybe I could launch a data center into space made up of Raspberry Pis. Just thinking out loud here. We're spitballing here.
Yeah, you saw my comment on that on that post, Rob. We still have actually the Raspberry Pi might be the solution, because the cost of sending 1 kilogram in space is still to a point that good luck sending your data center right now.
Exactly. And so we're going to do it with Raspberry Pis orbiting the planet.
that might work. Yeah.
Actually, you know what makes more sense is have those things on the moon.
Yes.
Data center on the moon,
Data center on the moon makes a hell of a lot more sense than having it
But you know what's the problem with that?
Oh, there's a problem. And if there's a problem, Dimitri's going to tell us about it.
Well, guys, there is no atmosphere on the moon.
So
every random little piece of junk from space is going to go directly in the middle of your data center, make a big hole, and it's going to turn off. I mean, you can't move that. I mean,
so it's going to be inside the moon. We're going to put it underground.
Inside.
So we have to dig under. Yeah. Oh, this is what
sublunar. Yeah.
And this is why Elon investing in this boring company to do,
Yes.
There you go.
Machines.
But as Dimitri well knows, the moon is actually hollow, and it's actually possibly some kind of alien spacecraft.
Yeah. Actually, what
You've
happened?
never read that? Have you ever
There might
been on
already be a data center in the moon, is what you're
There
saying.
might be.
No, but
It's like, have you not ever been on the internet?
well,
The
the moon-
internet told me that the moon is hollow and it's probably a spaceship. They weren't trying to deal with the whole Death Star thing, but
no,
could
no,
be.
no.
Not a Jack Black movie.
Rob, the Earth is flat, the sky is a screen, and it's the NSA that is projecting the moon on it.
Yeah.
Is that like Capricorn 1?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
And they can change the color, but they never wanted to do it. They thought people would freak out.
that's
The
true.
Truman Show. Yeah, we live in the Truman Show. So, hey, Yen, you haven't been on for a long time. What's your
I
damn
know.
updates, man?
Been crazy timing.
What have you been up to?
What have
Happy
I
New
done?
Year, by the way.
Same to you. I saw you on Industry 4.0 Club
Yeah.
the other day. Yeah, talking your favorite topic, AI.
Oh, God.
Oh, you guys were, he joined you on Clubhouse?
In Clubhouse. No, that was
Is that thing around still? Mark Andreessen's great pandemic pet project. Is it still around?
It's still around.
I don't know.
Has anybody been on it?
I don't know. I'll install it and see. If
Again,
it works.
the reason why I'm asking the question is because there is a question of its existence today.
Yeah.
So I have obviously not been on.
Right.
So you're right. So Jan, it's been a while. What is going on in your industrial world?
Yeah.
How's life?
Lay it on us.
Life's good. Life's good. I mean, we are, from an IoT perspective, we are, when we originally started talking about all this IoT and putting IoT on our equipment, it was more or less just to get data, as opposed to not be able to get data, right? And try to be able to help our service. And over the last 4 years, we've now put initially machine learning on this, and we're just it's just amazing of what we are able to do now with be able to tell our customers that the machine might go down within the next 21 days. I mean, just think about something like this in a manufacturing environment where downtime is something you want to avoid as much as possible. Unscheduled downtime, right? But now be able to tell a customer that there's an issue and you can resolve it within the next week or so, and machine will continue working as supposed to. So it's just amazing what we're doing. We are just expanding that. Almost like every month we are finding new types of insights that we are able to generate through the machine learning, and some of those insights helps our customers. Some of those insights are more for us that we can tell our customer that they're undersized, their machine is too old, and we can see that's not valuable to fix it, but rather replace it, etc. Right? It's just amazing how this become probably one of our biggest technological projects within the company now.
Wow.
Is that whole area, because I mean everything else we're competing at the same level with our competitors. I mean it's just about a big monster of a piece of equipment, and there's no real differentiation, but we're now putting that differentiation into the information that we can provide our customers through our IoT and machine learning.
So Ian, this is very interesting, but both Rob and I can relate to that because 10 years ago he was at Hitachi, I was at GE, and we were promising that thing. So what has changed? No, it's true. No, I mean the whole messaging was no unplanned downtime, machine learning, no unplanned downtime. It was the whole messaging 10 years ago.
Dude,
so my question is, why did it took 2 years, or what has changed so that you see such momentum nowadays? Is what I'm curious about.
I think when you were talking about that 10 years ago, it was not the OEMs that was part of it. It was you went to a manufacturer and says, we can put in this big system on all your equipment. And that is just so complex because of the complexity of all these individual types of machines, how they work, what the data is. It is only within the last, I would say, 5 to 10 years that the OEMs have started going down the route because they're really the experts on their equipment. Mm-hmm. And so, I mean, we get sometimes we get some of our key accounts, like really large accounts, and when it has their own analytics departments and everything like that, they say, can you just give us all your algorithms and your machine learning, your digital twin information, and we will want to put that into our system. And we tell them that, you know what, it's not going to be that beneficial to you because you have 5 pieces of equipment that you're connected to. We have 1,000.
Yeah.
Right. And so the information that we can generate and the logics we can develop around that is just so much advanced compared to what an individual customer, even though they can be fairly large within that organization, but they're never going to be as large as us, right? From that perspective. And so I think that's where the thing have changed, that the OEMs are starting to do this. I'm still struggling though with how we then, apart from sending SMS and emails and giving them a portal, how we integrate back into their systems with our advanced knowledge without being an integrator, because that's what OEMs don't want to be. They don't want to be an integrator that go to every single customer and have to develop a solution for them. We're still trying to look at that standard that we can develop to, that our customers will just be able to consume.
So this is really interesting, because that, in the line of Cassandra Complex, that was very early stage when I went into this space. That was kind of the thing I was saying, well, unless this happened at the level of it's in the catalog and the equipment you buy actually ships with the minimum layer of intelligence, it's never going to happen, because if you do it post, it's too intrusive, it's too complicated. So that's just great. Actually, I'm very happy to see that finally the ecosystem of OEM is actually embracing that vision and providing. Actually, Clearblade was very much about that as well. I don't know if you worked with them at some point, but they also had really this vision to go after all the different manufacturers and said, well, you have to provide this layer of analytics, intelligence embedded at the source, and then we can compose that in larger systems. So this is cool.
You know what's really interesting is to see how long it's taken to go from those PowerPoints 14 years ago to what you're talking about now. Now. Like when I was at IBM and I was working with IBM Research on some of this advanced analytics and, a lot of condition monitoring. So it was like a confluence of IoT concepts plus advanced analytics, all the ML stuff. You had these PowerPoint presentations that were promising, quite lofty things. But think about that journey that we've taken, and what you're saying here, which is the reality that we've had, that the IoT community has had to live with for more than a decade, and how there are certain things that were on that PowerPoint 14 years ago that never came true and can't come true. And that, I think that's, as we look at generative AI, it's exactly the same thing that's going to happen, right? Because back then we were disconnected really from a lot of the ground truths that you only learn through a very, very sobering experience, trying to translate this technology into value for your customers, and for the longest time, it's like predictive maintenance is something we've been talking about forever. Think about how hard that has been for the industry. And we've talked about on IoT Coffee Talk how difficult it is to sell the value, because it's literally, hey, we can tell the future, trust us, right? And then there's the dirty laundry.
You're so right. Like when we were in the lab in R&D and we got machine learning to work in the lab with a type of machine, and we're all like going, we could be heroes. But it turned out for just one day, because then when we deployed it to the field, it didn't work. That's exciting, Jan.
It's cool.
And and so your next thing is, you're right, it's integration, because baby steps with IoT is like, here's this SMS, here's an email, here's a Slack message, versus I'm going to send a message straight to some backend system that's going to take the action, right? Whatever it happens to be. And there's hundreds or thousands of different things you could integrate with, but you don't want to be an integrator.
Correct.
And so I have a solution for you.
Okay.
Become an integrator.
Yeah, I mean, if you are, let's say you are a packaging vendor, right? And you're providing packaging lines, and they're very, very large, very, very expensive. You're doing maybe 2, 3 a month, right? You can become an integrator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you're selling, 10,000 compressors a year,
Yeah.
and there's just no way we can't scale that, and that's the issue we have. That there are lots of OEMs that are integrator or work very closely with,
Trying to. Yeah.
but from our perspective, we can't. That's just not possible.
Yeah. I got an
Well,
answer.
there's magic right now, though. There's magic out there. Just like you thought you would have to go to Kepware to get a driver to talk to some kind of machine, some kind of protocol. And then magically, because of AI and our friend Claude, you can just say, I need a driver, an adapter for this machine, and it will give you the code, pick your language to do that. So now I don't have to buy anything from Kepware. So sorry about that deal going to that private equity Kepware people. And then likewise, now you could say, I need to integrate with SAP or whatever the system happens to be. And you give it information to your friend Claude or ChatGPT, and it writes the code and it builds that integration for you, and then you plug it in.
You have to test it first, but yeah.
What? Test?
So
It compiled.
we don't need integrators anymore. The integrators are going to die.
No. You could ask Bill. That's the gap of the ugly. I was gonna say, it's like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? You got Bill right over here sitting there. I mean, see, this is why this guy is one of the few people who can talk about digital twin in the macro scope of things. Because I mean, dude, why do I have to talk for you, man? You got a big mouth. You got your own mind, man.
You are doing great.
No, I'm not your sales guy. I'm not on your payroll, dude.
Well, you could be.
Hey, let's talk.
Let's talk too.
I mean, no, the thing about it is that everything that Jan said is exactly that.
Yeah,
it is that ugly part of making everything work, and synergistically.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I mean, we see it on a regular basis, and I'm like, for me, that looks like a gourmet meal. I'm like, let's go get it. We do that kind of stuff on a regular basis. It's completing the loop, right? I mean, people are OEMs, companies, system integrators, all of them will say, here's the solution, and they draw it out for you. Like I said, I mean, PowerPoint is a wonderful product. I mean, that is just absolutely amazing. It works every damn time. But when you try to take it from PowerPoint into the real world,
but
things break.
Listen to Rob. We got Claude now. You put your PowerPoint into Claude, you got the code, and you're done.
You didn't add in that extension.
No,
PowerPoint with a compile button. On the toolbar.
And no, you will not drop that stuff into Claude, and all of a sudden, magically, you got, it's a working prototype. Get the hell out of here. Hey, come close, everybody. That shit will never work. Look, that shit will never work. Don't do that.
Shit, I am in so much trouble because I do that.
Yes, I know. But I mean, but look, it's a reality. I mean, you got to go in knowing that you're in the quagmire. I mean, you're in the mud, you're in the sludge, you're in all of that stuff that you can't really see what's happening, and you just got to go do it. And not many companies want that. They want to be the pretty shiny object as opposed to dealing with the ugliness in order to get to the golden goblet.
Actually, when you think about it, that is that sort of lazy Silicon Valley mentality is, everyone's chasing scale and they want their customers to do it themselves. So there's always been this fixation on no code or low code or, self-service or, you know what I'm saying?
You nailed it.
Accountability.
Yeah, but none of that work because a solution is customer specific, usually environment specific, and like what Rob, you used to bring this up all the time when you went out into the Aggie, doing the ag stuff. Each of these, the availability of wireless connectivity or connectivity in general is really tough. So you have to work with what is available, and you can't be married to any particular solution. So this is one of the reasons why things don't scale at a large level for a lot of these people that are going with point solutions, or, hey, I want to sell you a sensor or a module. The money is really, in the dirty work, right? And we've talked about IoT plumbers and stuff like that. You were like in the friggin', I don't know, it was like some, what was it? You were in a coffee thingy. You did a podcast.
Hops. It was
hops. Yeah,
I was in the field of the hops.
Yeah, that's
and you're right. So we had to make sure that we could get the connectivity. Yeah, and so what's the ugly integration? What would be the gap of the ugly for that? Because you're right. You could step one is, moisture sensor went from green to yellow to red. Just keeping it simple. I need to irrigate this area, this block. Baby step one could be, I'm going to send an SMS message to a human who's going to go open a valve and start irrigating. But what's the better solution? It requires integration. Let me go get the information from Rainbird or whoever makes the irrigation system and find a way to automate that, because what I really want to do is just turn on the water and then turn it off.
Yeah.
And that's that simple example that we can apply to a million different use cases. That integration, that last piece, that's what the customer really wants, And
also, I want to react on something, Leonard, because I think it is not fair to compare the no-code paradigm to what LLMs can do nowadays. And let me explain why I'm saying that.
I'm not talking about LLMs, though. But keep going. I don't know where you're coming from with that, but go ahead. It should be.
Here's where I'm going. The reason why no coding approach failed is because the only way we could remove the coding was by creating kind of an abstraction layer, which was fundamentally limited in what you can describe that you wanted.
Yeah.
So, now, if you have, assuming we solve all the bigger other problems of LLM generating code, but if we reach a point where if you describe with a consistency and accuracy level in natural language what you want, and the generation is predictable and iterable, then it can be a very powerful solution. So I think that conceptually, the idea that you actually write specs in language, and then you have an LLM that transfer methodically and effectively and predictably that into working code, I think that's a long-term potential. We're not there yet, but that's a long-term potential.
You know what?
And by the way, I think OpenAI is starting to do that. I don't remember the name of the project, but there's a concept of you write your prompts, specify the code you generate, and there is some rigor aspect to it. So I think there's an interesting direction there.
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest problem with no code is, using LLMs is language. And then assuming that somebody who doesn't know how to code can just describe an outcome and expectations with sufficient detail and comprehensiveness, that's a tall order. And so, who is this human that people are assuming is going to be able to safely and reliably use these tools? And again, I think this is like the major disconnected, delusional thinking that is being wrapped around this idea of no code, and even to low code's not that delusional. The no code stuff and the vibe coding, I mean, it's all being proven to be less capable, less, let's say, usable than people, these evangelists, these talking heads had suggested, right? It's easy for somebody who doesn't know any of this shit to just get really excited about and say all developers are dead. Nobody should go to computer science fields. It's done. You know what I'm saying? It's easy for people to say that, but you know what I'm saying?
There is absolutely no disagreement on that. And you said it, the key is in expressing with language properly. But the reason why I'm saying I believe it's a potential direction, because the solution exists. There is one thing that's
the
called...
tool exists.
No. Let me say what I'm saying.
Not a solution.
No, I mean, the solution conceptually exists. Have you ever heard about TLC Plus? TLC Plus is a way to mathematically express software problem. And then you have generators that can actually prove that the system is reliant.
Yeah, but you need to know math.
It is used for some very high-end, very super reliable systems at the core of the technology. Now, it's extremely complex to use because you have to express in math. But my point is that if we train generation of developers to be capable to express as close as math with rigor what the outcome is, then you can imagine that LLM can generate a code that can work.
But most of the world...
I think you hit the nail on the point. If we can get programmers to express what they need, because I've been thinking about this whole vibe coding. If I go back in time, I've been in product management working with developers for the last 20 years. And I can express something in a requirement spec and still get something out that I didn't expect.
Yeah.
Right? And that's working with people.
Yeah.
And now you're doing it to an LLM. And so I think the right approach is that you have the same environment today, but you got developers utilizing this tool to say, okay, this is how I understand what my user wants. Now I'm going to describe it in some kind of vibe coding environment and get a result out. And then I'm going to iterate back and forth until it is what I'm expecting to see.
Right.
But if we don't work on that, how do you specify properly? And actually, this is what's happening today. The amount of shitty code generated is going to go to the roof. Because
it is going through the roof.
Because before you were limited, this is when Microsoft said 30% of our code is generated. I'm frightened. I hide in my bedroom. And
I was like, are you trying to bragging or are you throwing your company under the bus?
No, because I know what crappy codes they can do today with human. So I'm trying to imagine how much more they're going to do with these LLM things.
Yeah, but so here, let's back up really quick. Here's the really interesting thing about your statement about earlier. You're suggesting that people should get down to low-level coding language. You know what I'm saying? In order to get specific, and which is kind of going in the opposite direction and trying. You know what I'm saying? So when we think about these things as being a solution rather than just a tool, and then providing alternative ways of getting something done, this is where things get lost.
Yeah, no, I agree with that, but I'm not intending that. The analogy I would take is I come from the metadata database world.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah. So you know what is a conceptual data model? You talk about entities, customers, place an order as this and that. And once you have this conceptual model, the translation into a physical set of structure, depending on the technology, RDBMS, sequential, can be totally automated. This is the same idea because at conceptual level, you can describe accurately and well enough what you need and what the system should be. So if we reach that point of specification, then the generation can be automated. And I think that LLMs can do that. But if the conceptual model is crap, then the code is crap.
Or the person can't answer the question and doesn't know math. I mean, most people these days can't even count back change to you. So, I mean, it's like they use calculators. They don't even know math. I mean, people are getting over-reliant on tools. So how are they going to ask good questions? And, the thing is we've mentioned this before. What's probably more important than the actual tool giving you answers is the person asking the questions, right? Whether you want to call it prompting or what have you. The thing is if people can't ask the next best question from that initial one, the tools are going to create a chain of confusion and nonsense,
or a ball of confusion.
Ball of confusion. Yeah.
That's what the world is today. Hey.
Philosophically, to me,
I mean, and you were like on one of the first big Gen AI episodes that we were on. I mean, think back to that and where we are. Did we get as far as everyone was thinking at that point? And that's a great episode to go back and reflect on. No. Actually, a lot of the problems we described in that episode 3 years ago are the reasons why these things aren't going as far, and the industry keeps pivoting, right? There's a constant pivot. Now they have to make an excuse and go into world models. Oh, that's where something's going to happen, where we merge symbolic with all this like LLM crap, and hopefully we'll get to ASI, which all of a sudden nobody gives a crap about, or AGI.
AGI, yeah.
Yeah, but I personally think, I think I said on the show before, I think that it's all flown because we call that intelligence from the beginning. It is not intelligence. It's cleverness at best. Again, don't get me wrong.
Artificial cleverness.
No, that's what on my side. Artificial. No, it is. It is between artificial nonsense and artificial cleverness. Now, don't get me wrong. I use these tools a lot. If you treat them as assistants for what they can do, these are fantastic tools. But calling these things intelligence is a misconception at this point. I haven't seen any of them that is intelligence. And my proof point is always the same. Which one of these LLM models has solved one of the math millennium problem?
Yeah.
None of them. They
Really?
they can solve all problems we have solved because they've been trained for it, but they cannot solve a non-human solved problem. I mean, at a conceptual level, I'm not aiming at a scale level. Doing gazillions of multiplication, of course, they can do that better than human. But finding a math demonstration that no human have found, none of them have done that.
Yeah. And we have seen a lot of artificial stupidity. So I don't know how that fits in your continuum of cleverness.
Because I'm trying to be politically correct, New Year resolution. So
when have you ever been politically correct?
I put that into the nonsense, stupid and nonsense.
Okay. Box. Stupid and nonsense. Okay. So what do you think, Pete? You've been just
trying to follow along.
Oh my God.
I saw some stat. I saw a stat about coding with AI assistants, and it was some super high percentage now of developers. It's almost like, and there's no developer out there really that's starting to code now without some sort of AI assistant. I mean, it's becoming so standardized. So, whether it's good or not, or how good it's part of the standard operating procedure at this point. And so
I think there's a lot of opportunities with that level at having assistance. So, for example, about 10 years ago, the big thing was what they call pair programming.
Yeah.
You had two programmers. One was actually coding, and one was actually checking the code and looking up stuff and whatever.
Extreme programming. Yeah.
And that's definitely something where the pair can be AI, right?
Right.
And even vice versa.
And then the assistant can be quite powerful. I mean, imagine if you have 10, 20 equivalent programmers helping someone, then, it starts to expand. So I think that's the standard procedure right now. I don't expect any developers out there really, except maybe the guy working on the COBOL thing at the Ford plant.
Which is really cool. That's cool. Really.
But, other than that, it's all AI assisted coding at this point moving forward.
Yeah. No,
it's all ball bearings these days.
All ball bearing. It's all plastics.
It's amazing how important ball bearings are. I never, like when you watch those World War II documentaries and you hear about like the Allied forces focusing so much on bombing the German factory that produced ball bearings, I always wondered why it's like freaking ball bearings. Who cares?
Well, actually, if you're going around the Detroit area,
so
Michigan area, there's a lot of family-run manufacturing that all they do are very specific ball bearings for automotive assembly. Like they've been doing it forever, and it's like the critical part of the supply chain. Like if you don't get the ball bearings, like nothing happens. So it's very interesting.
By the way, do you know how many types of ball bearings there are?
I would say 2 or 3.
Yeah, that's 3.
1 round.
It's either balls.
Square ones don't work well.
No, but I mean in the inside, you either have little spheres, or you have cylinders, or you have conic cylinders.
This is a whole other level now.
Yeah, and it depends on what kind of force are used. If you have a lot of centrifuge force, you use the cylinders. If you have some side forces, you use the kind of the trapeze-shaped cylinders, or if you use regular, you just use the balls. Yeah, I studied that when I was at school. So.
Really?
Wow.
There you go.
Wow.
I have a good background in mechanics.
You have a ball bearing expert.
That's awesome. That's great insight. Good to know. Remember,
Well, I mean,
bearings are important.
I tell you an anecdote. So the place I live right now is rented, so it comes with the appliance. And during the Christmas break, the dryer start to make an awful noise. So I told my daughter, "Oh, that sounds like a bearing noise," and she said, And then she's going for. And then the boyfriend is here, and I said, "Hey, do you know what is a bearing?" And he's like,
What's that? Well, see, that's where we're going to be in trouble. We're going to have no one that can repair anything.
These kids are absolutely. I mean, and by the way, it ended up that this dryer doesn't use bearing. It's a piece of crap. But anyway.
Well, no, you need to hold your phone up to the dryer and say, "What is this noise?" And then it will say, "Oh, the strap thing here is wearing out, and here's a click here to order another one." So that's
in that case, the LLM will probably reply, "Hey, you got screwed because you bought this expensive dryer, which is a real piece of crap." It is actually extremely bad.
Well, that might actually be
smart AI.
There's no. Well, you in industrial things, Jan, so you would understand that there's no chassis. Actually, the structure of the things, it only holds together when it's assembled with the panels. There's no internal chassis.
Wow.
It's a piece of crap. But I fixed it.
Okay.
Yeah, but hey, it's great to have you back on. Yeah, and it's been a while. And you always bring
good
such.
to be on. Good to be on.
Wow.
I was thinking you guys are going to be talking about CES and all the stuff you learned, and
That was last week.
great.
What do you want to know? What do you want to know?
Yes, it's far in the past.
I don't know,
Already.
but what's new? What's
Robots.
good? What's revolutionary? Anything? Nothing.
Robots playing ping pong.
I saw the last episode. Yeah, it was all robots. Yeah.
Let me share something with you. I heard something really interesting this morning on CNBC. They had some investment joker on, and they were talking about the transition of this focus on the previous focus on EV and electrification toward the robo taxis and cars as a service or taxis as a service, which are, I mean, it's like, taxis are services. It's just
They are already
people.
as a service. Yeah.
The most ridiculous thing, this person projected profit margins. She goes, well, it's kind of like a SaaS for cars. I'm like, okay, where are we going with this? It's like, well, 70, it has like a 70% margin. Wait, you're projecting SaaS margins, software as a service, to taxis.
Right.
Yeah.
You got to be
Yes.
effing kidding me, right? And then the next line was,
as a service.
I hope it works out, Pete.
we're working on the model.
Yeah.
Good luck.
It's very high margins. Very high margin.
Yeah,
Yes.
but Leonard, as a service means you're paying every month. That's what they think.
Well,
Now,
isn't that what Tesla just did? They announced that they're gonna stop selling the autonomous driving.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's right.
And you know
A
why?
subscription.
They're going to move it to a subscription, of
Yeah.
course. And you don't pay, you don't start your car in the morning. And you get an advertising, by the way, get this new credit card to pay for your car today.
Oh, they'll have an ad tier where you see ads on your screen and pay less per month, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
no, better model, Pete. It drives you to a special place, and then it gives you the coupon. And
It drives you to the
buy something.
McDonald's to
Exactly.
redeem your coupon.
What's going to happen, though?
Get the food, and then the food is in, and you have to say, eat it.
What's going to happen, though?
They'll watch you
Dimitri,
eat it. They'll watch you eat the food. You don't get the coupon until you consume the food.
It drives you to a place, and you're going to walk into this little compartment thing. You think you're going to be a made man afterwards, and then they just pop you.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. That's a very famous
So,
scene. I don't know if everyone's getting your reference. Rob.
Hey, everybody's trying to do things as a service. I noticed car washes, which there are very few car washes in the Pacific Northwest, but
Brown Bear.
yeah, but there's only. It's not like if you're in Arizona or Texas where there's one on every corner.
Right.
And what are the car washes doing? They're trying to get you to do a subscription. Just pay us
Monthly.
$30 a month.
Yeah.
You can come as often as you want.
Yeah.
But what do we all know? You won't. You might go
Yeah.
once. And that's
Sure.
how they're, and the movie
Well,
theaters are doing the same
Movie
thing.
theater, totally. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You can watch four or five movies a week at the theater, which who's
Yeah.
But
doing
I-
that unless you're
Right. But they
I
know
would
you
do
won't
that.
do it.
no.
I would do that. That's kind of cool. But
That is cool.
the problem is, have you seen? Okay, you guys know I have an Apple Vision Pro, right?
Yes.
Yes.
The only
Have
one.
you guys have to check out the NBA thing. It will, the NBA
Yeah.
live games, courtside, it's friggin' unbelievable.
Wow. I love that.
Go to Apple Store, get like a
Check it out.
or
The
appointment.
demo.
Check
Get
it
the
out. You
demo.
will freak out. And they had their first one it was the Bucks versus LA. And man, it's a totally different experience.
Maybe they
It'll
need to
blow
do
your
like
mind.
an NFL Sunday ticket Apple Vision Pro combo where you get the Sunday tickets,
Yeah.
all the football games, you get the headset.
You get the
Free
headset.
as
It's
part
part
of
of
this
it.
ticket.
Oh no, I tell you, the sports freaks, they're going to
I know.
want this because you can't even get this buying a ticket going there live. Do you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
right. Yeah, the
It's
digital experience is actually better.
Friggin' unbelievable, and
Yeah,
some of the
no,
angles that they have. Yeah, and then the thing is you get such a different vibe from the play. Like the playing. Right. And you also get a sense of how quick these guys are. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well,
then you can overlay your DraftKings
it's
bets
totally different.
over the screen as the game's playing, and you can see how your bets are doing in real time.
Exactly. I love that.
Against the actual sports action. I think that sounds like a winner. Maybe DraftKings should give out Apple Vision Pro.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah,
because when Jan goes into the Apple store today and says he wants to do the 30-minute demo, everybody in there's like, they go, oh, 2026, he's the one. That's the one for the year.
Ring the little bell in the back. Ding, 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 ding. We got one.
It's a gigantic dong.
All right, so I have something really cool to show you guys.
Okay.
Did
Is
any
it
of
a
you
Raspberry
ever?
Pi?
Did you? No, not this time. Did you ever build models when you were a kid? Plastic models, airplanes, whatever.
Yeah.
All right. A rare model was just delivered to me yesterday.
What is that?
Sea View. Oh, is that from?
Oh no way! That's what do you call
Voyage
it?
to the bottom of the sea.
Yeah, sea.
Show.
Nice.
The sea.
Now, is it? Are you going to paint it and stuff? Does it come as white plastic, or is it?
I think you do paint it, but I think the lights work, and it has an opening in the bottom, and the flying sub comes with it.
Dude, I'm telling you,
That's like a good project.
everything was imagined in the 60s.
Yes.
Is there
Lots of great
is there
stuff.
some AI in it?
No.
There's no AI. It's.
I saw a few models the other day. Actually, it was at Pike Place Market. There's a cool store down there called like Dracula Orange or something like that.
Oh.
And it's a lot of old kind of pop stuff. But remember the model kits with the monsters, like the Frankenstein model kit?
Yeah.
Remember those? And you could build a Frankenstein monster walking
right.
and stuff. It had those mint in box, like you could buy the original models. Pretty cool.
Like the 40-year-old virgin.
The 40-year-old virgin. Maybe older.
Virgin. Yes.
Hey.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the movie, right?
Steve Carell.
Hey, you can't forget Legos, right? I got a little promotion here from my native country, Denmark. So remember Legos, they're always good.
Absolutely.
Legos made some news at CES, right? They had the smart Lego bricks and stuff.
AI.
Oh yeah, that's going to be interesting too.
That was pretty cool.
Actually, there's the Enterprise. There's the new one is the NCC 1701 Enterprise kit from Lego, which is the originals.
A must-have.
It's like thousands of pieces.
I'm going to build it and I'm going to hang it from the ceiling above my bed.
Yes, there you go. Yes.
Oh yeah, hey,
so crazy. Yeah, what percentage of the Danish economy is attributed to Legos? Is it like 70%?
No.
You're so mean.
Main. Dude, you don't understand how big they are. They have like movies. They have like all kinds of merch, like irrelevant, like non-actual building block related merch. Come on, man.
They're the largest family-owned company in Denmark. The largest corporation is of course Maersk.
Yeah.
Wow.
But Lego is the largest family-owned company in Denmark.
Oh, really? The shipping company.
Yeah. It's huge.
Yeah. Dude, I did some work with them a long time ago. And the .com era, doing transport and logistics, B2B.
I did too.
Yeah. It's actually sounds really, really boring and like stuff that you want to get into, it's super interesting.
Big business.
Oh yeah.
If you look at, I think, I mean, it's just my numbers and just out of my behind here, but like half of CEOs in Denmark, they probably came from Maersk.
Probably.
Really?
Maersk,
So,
yeah,
so like
definitely.
being an intern in Maersk, that's how you get into business in Denmark.
Right.
Okay.
Right. That's
And they
probably
send you
your
to some country far away where you are
training
there for 3-4 years, then you come back and you're a VP of something, right?
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, it's probably a good thing to have on your resume there. So, and Jan, hopefully you don't get drafted and deployed to Greenland. So we're praying.
Yeah, I know, but I'm now a U.S. citizen, you know, and now they're working on removing
They can't
dual
grab you.
citizenship.
Oh
So
God, dude.
Yeah.
You had to bring that up, didn't you?
All in on Greenland. We're all in on Greenland.
Everybody has a price.
Maybe Lego needs to get involved in that.
How many billions do you need?
Yeah.
Is the price 1 trillion?
Maybe if Lego does like some sort of Donald Trump commemorative box set, then he'll just sort of back off.
yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
Dude,
Yeah.
A special Nobel Prize edition.
Don't give him this idea.
Actually, it might be a really good idea.
It could be, and he's holding someone else's Nobel Prize like in his hand. You know, it's like
I saw that on TV last night. Yeah.
It's gonna be a 2-meter statue. But
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see potential.
We're just thinking outside the box here. We're thinking
You're always doing that.
Thinking outside of the Lego box.
outside the Lego box.
Think that always outside the box.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I have a Saturn V in Lego, and also
The Saturn V. Yeah, that was one of the first big Lego kits.
Really? I
The
didn't know
Saturn V. Yeah, and then the Millennium Falcon, of course, was the other
Oh, yeah.
that.
early
dude,
mega
are you
kit.
Kidding me?
kit.
Have you seen the Star Destroyer one?
Yes.
That thing is massive. I think it's like
I think they've redone the
5
Death
feet
Stars.
long or
yeah,
something
they're
crazy.
well, they had a Titanic also that was 4 feet.
Huge, yeah. There's
I
some of the Maersk ships as well. You can get as a Lego kit.
Oh, I'm totally getting
Oh,
those.
sure.
One of
Well,
my
they-
colleagues, he does sports cars and race cars.
Oh, yeah, I have a Porsche 911 GTR something GT3 as well in Lego.
Awesome.
It's pretty
That's
cool.
cool. Much
Very
love.
business.
Yeah. So, it was funny.
That one in there.
I was having drinks with an undisclosed friend, and he dropped not but one, but 2 flexes on me. You decide which one do you think is a bigger flex. The first one he showed me was in Berlin. He'd been on a 14-year waiting list to get a very rare, a 100% platinum Rolex date thing across up,
Okay.
and he handed it to me, and it weighed like 10 Rolexes or 20 Rolexes. It was all platinum, and I think it was $64,000 or something.
Okay. That's a
And
pretty
I'm
good flex.
I go, that's a flex. But then later on in the conversation, so unrelated to this, something comes up. The Nuremberg ring where you can go race your car,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay. He's not just going to go there to race his car. He's shipping his BMW M4 turbo whatever thingy there so that he can drive it around the ring. And so I was like, I don't know what's a bigger flex, the platinum Rolex, or that you're going to ship your car from the U.S. to Germany just so you can drive the
Drive
ring.
it in a circle
I tell you what makes the difference.
while wearing your Rolex.
Which is slowing you down.
I tell you what makes the difference. What makes the difference is if he crashes, because but I'm meaning a crash, not a crash where he dies or something like that, but just
I
crash.
see.
Oh,
Because
nice.
When you go in the Nürburgring, if you crash, you pay the repairs of the ring,
Oh,
and it's not cheap.
yeah.
You pay for the trucks that comes get your car. You pay for everything you broke. Yeah,
Sounds like you have a
no
personal
joke.
experience
It's no
to share.
joke.
Yeah. What did you do, Dimitri?
When did you crash your car?
I have friends.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I'll only
With the
crash.
$4,000 Rolex. Yeah. Yeah. He's just expanding the scale,
Mm.
the price point.
But a BMW M4 even turbo is.
Oh my.
Yeah, I mean,
I
was going to say, if you're going to ship a car there, BMW M4, I mean, no,
I don't
Yeah,
know.
Get a
I don't
Mac-
know foul on the BMWs, but
It's like some souped up version of it. It's
That's a Bugatti.
Get the McLaren P1.
one of a kind.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're right. It's
So
obviously
do you-
not on the level of McLaren or something like that.
That's a pretty big flex, though.
Ferrari.
Yeah. Do you get a stamp on your car that it drove in Nuremberg? Open up the motor and it'll say,
Oh.
car.
No, actually, I want a big sticker on the side of the car so that when I'm driving back in the US, people can be really impressed.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
by the way, Pete, you mentioned Ferrari. I know a lot of Ferrari owners. They never drive on the Nürburgring. It's too dangerous for the Ferrari. The Ferrari is not the cars they drive; it's the cars they invest in.
Yeah.
Oh,
well, in Redmond, we have lots of people with their McLarens here. These,
I see a lot of them.
The
McLarens.
The only people that really drive their exotic cars are the Porsche one. Most of the others,
I could see that.
Most of the others, you see this unique 5-10 years old car, and it has like 620 miles.
Yeah.
And when I see that, I want to kill the guy.
Oh my God, so violent.
If you want to make investment, buy art, buy some freaking AI stock, but don't buy exceptional driving machine designed to be driven, and don't drive them because it's an investment.
Give it to him.
Exotic car owner.
Give it to him. Oh my God. All right.
All right.
On that note.
Seahawks. Go Seahawks.
Go Hawks.
On that note. Yes. Rob, you want to take us out, or should we have
Hawks? Go Hawks. Thanks for
Hawks.
joining us on this second episode of 2026, which is more episodes than people are going to buy the Vision Pro from Apple this year.
Ouch.
Oh, ouch.
Unless DraftKings goes with the idea of including that in there, which I think is brilliant. Genius.
Go, Apple.
Wow. You're an idea, man. Wow.
For that.
That's good stuff.
That's a freebie.
Ooh, that's a freebie. I'm going to steal that one this afternoon. Thanks for dropping in. It was great to see you on. It's been a while. Talking about machine learning actually finally delivering for IoT. How about an applause? IoT finally delivered.
FTW.
There you go. Good plain old machine learning for the win. We built a model based on a machine working and all its properties and parts, and when it was doing well and when it failed, and then the machine learning model, and then we send the real live data into it, and then it tells us, hey, Jan, I think that machine over there is going to fail next Tuesday. You better go fix it so you don't have unplanned downtime. So I'm going to send a trophy, an IoT Coffee Talk trophy to Jan in the mail, because I know that Stephanie has created those trophies because that's the kind of stuff she does in her marketing company, and then maybe we'll have a big ceremony.
Is it going to be my trophy, or going to give me your trophy?
Rob will win it, and then he'll donate it to you.
Yes, I'm going to give you my Nobel Prize for machine learning.
Sounds like a plan.
And we're going to do the awards ceremony in Greenland, and so it's going to be, it's going to be something really special. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for coming on. Don't listen to us too much, but there's a few nuggets in here that you're not going to get on any other podcast. We're the best YouTubers on YouTube and the best podcasters on the podland, and we're not really pod people like Body Snatchers.
I knew you were going to
We're still real. We're still real. But it's going to be a great 2026. I'm super excited about it, and we will see you next week. I love those pagers. I love that.
Hey, look. When you do this, you get lasers.
Lasers. Sharks with laser beams.
Really?
All I want is sharks with freaking laser beams attached to their heads. Is that asking too much?